Hey guys, Bill, and this is the Bad Tabletop Gaming podcast, and we got a few different guys in here today. We're going to be talking about some 40k goodness that dropped over the weekend. Who else we got in here?
Definitely for sure.
Dan?
You got Andy here.
Alex.
And Lukash.
Nice.
Dropping in.
You guys doing good in these times? This new psychic awakening. Was it the Pariah? I guess that's what we're looking at.
Yeah.
So I will switch to that screen.
All this was dropping when I was at work, so
And just popping off, eh?
took my coffee break and rolled out.
Yeah, you're just giggling under the truck.
I was at the desk. I was doing paperwork.
I think this was the first message I seen was Alex. I think posted it in our messenger group, and
I got up at 6:30. I was ready to go. I had nothing better to do with my time right now.
So
It's most of us.
that's pretty neat. I got that little video here, which I'm sure everybody's already seen. But guess
Oh,
it
there you go.
started off. We got this guy, Luminor Cesros. I don't know if that's how you say it, but I probably butchered it. Yeah, sure I butchered it. You know me. Yeah, that's
That model blew me away.
pretty wicked.
Cool. When I first saw the pictures of this, I figured it was somebody's just like fan project.
That's what I
And
thought
then-
too. Yeah.
And then later a bud sent me a link and it's like, no way, Necron's actually got something.
Yeah, no, pretty wicked model. Detail is just crazy. Like, and it's so nice because it's that new mold, right? Like a new style that they've been doing.
Can you press
Well,
the
that-
next one, Andy?
Yeah.
I think you can get close-ups. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sucking their soul out or blood or whatever that is.
I think it's all people juice, yeah.
Yeah.
People juice. Well, yeah, I guess right here you can see these little canisters that he's got going on right here. But yeah, it's pretty neat. I don't know what it's going into, but
that like when they re-released the Cryptic in the Mechanicum box set, when they did like the Mechanicum v Necron. Yeah, like the Cryptic has motion in it. It's like it's jumping off of a scarab. Yeah. No, Xeris he's got there's moment there. He's doing something. It really like for a range which is mostly just static skeletons holding guns or static skeleton platforms holding guns. It's awesome. It's super refreshing.
I think every edition the Necrons get better and better.
Definitely for sure.
Those legs are going to get used for so many conversions too.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there was an angle I seen, another picture of him, and I was like, does he have like the back end of kind of like a spider, right?
Yeah.
But it kind of looks like it, but I guess it's fitting for the Necrons too, right? With the scarabs and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, some definitely nice modeling here. Let's see this next one here. This weapon.
I mean, that's Necron through and through.
Oh, for sure. And he's got that little arm here. What is that for? I don't know, but
yeah,
pretty much. Yeah. And this one right here. That's
the best, man. Just
I think people steal that too for
absolutely.
wizards and sorcerers and stuff and librarians or whatever.
That's what I wanted. A chaos.
This is
like just sucking his life force.
It's like life leech. It's like life leech, right? Like
yeah,
that's what I guess it kind of looks like. I mean, that purity seal is not helping him with shit. Really. But it's cool that it's there.
How's your faith in your God Emperor now, dummy?
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, overall, pretty slick.
Well, I guess if you wake up after a million years, you got to start with a big glass of OJ, right? So.
This is just his morning protein smoothie.
That's right.
Exactly.
A little bit of imperial protein in the morning to get you going.
I seen some guys commenting about his shoulder piece here, the green looking thing here.
Is it a light?
I'm not sure what it is, but there was guys saying, "What's that Tyranid
it's the
symbol on his
Blackstone.
shoulder, right?
Yeah. They talked about that in the preview. They said so it hints at they think they're going to preview the rules here next week. But he's got that the Blackstone Fortress stone, the stuff that was on Cadia there on his back, and it sounds like he's supposed to be like a strong anti-psyker model in the meta. So
nice.
the idea is that Necrons, the sounds salt over the shoulder here type of thing, but they might be bringing back the Pariah models as well that were discontinued in fifth.
Ooh.
So anti-psyker models as well
The-
to go with Derek.
The article was saying that he's got I think it's a 9-inch bubble. Any psyker apparels on any doubles instead of just 1s and 6s.
Yeah.
No.
So yeah, if that's they're like Gloomstone tech or whatever they've been calling it. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Necrons need some anti-psychic. I think that'll give them a big boost in the meta too.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure.
Hopefully he's got like a good movement then.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, with legs that big, he's gotta. Like, those are people-sized legs.
Lunar's Eric does not
Right.
skip like.
Well, I guess this is it here, right here, I think, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, when the Psyker test is taken from the enemy Psyker within 9 inches of the model, the enemy Psyker suffers perils of the warp. On any dice roll, includes double instead of only the 1 and 6s, just like Luke
That's pretty
said
good,
there.
actually.
So,
Yeah, it is.
nice. Okay, going on to this interesting model. The amount of memes that are going to come out of this one, right?
Xeno-loving Inquisitor.
Yeah.
This is honestly a model
Lord.
that is meant for kit bashing.
Yes. Absolutely.
Definitely. Lord Inquisitor Kyria Draxus.
Raxus.
She does look cool.
Very elder. Like not
Yeah.
just because of the catapult, but
Well, just the armor
Yeah,
and stuff, right?
Well, and the power armor's got curves built into it. Like
Yeah.
that's I mean, curvier than Sororitas armor is. Sororitas stuff is still hard edges. This isn't.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
agreed.
It very much has that Eldar lean.
kind of
Would it be
reminds
more
me
like
of the
Dark Eldar with the sharp edges and
Dark
Like on-
Eldar tend to look like bugs. It looks like insect chitin.
yeah. I was just thinking because the chest kind of looks like that, but I don't know.
Yeah. Okay, I see it. You're not wrong. Yeah.
kind of a mixture.
Yeah.
That hand is straight up power armor sausage fingers though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it's supposed to be an actual power fist, just different
It looks-
size, I guess.
It looks kind of weird, like on the elbow joint from that angle that I saw.
Oh,
It does, yeah. Looks like the fist starts at like almost her shoulder.
Yeah, it's like there's no shoulder or no elbow, something weird up with that. But no, it does look cool though.
Yeah, like I said before this, for some reason, like her eyes bug me. Like she looks very Eldari in her eyes, and it's just there's a lot going on with the model and in general.
Oh, she's just a bald elf, eh?
Yeah, seriously.
I mean, it's not as bad as the 40k Corex for a lot going on, but yeah, there's definitely a ton of stuff it wants to look at.
Like you're drawn to the catapult is one, but you're with the shrieking catapult with the purity seal on it.
Yeah, I think that was the first thing people noticed was the purity seal on that Xeno weapon. What?
Yeah.
Big middle finger to the Inquisition there, and everyone else. But then you get the skull, the dragon, the cloak. It's a real busy model to even start tackling from a painting. I think that's why her armor has to be black, not just because it's Inquisition, just because picking a color scheme that goes with different things.
Yeah.
The bottom half of her arm, like the leg and the greaves and whatnot, kind of reminds me of Age of Sigmar.
That's right.
Stormcast,
Yeah, that's what it reminds me.
Legs for sure.
But I have, like you guys are talking about conversions, I can see maybe into some kind of Sisters of Battle character, just with those.
Oh yeah, eh?
I'm sure somebody's going to do something with that, but yeah, definitely different style for sure than we're used to.
I imagine people will steal it for the shoulder pad and the cyber familiar.
Well, that's
Or
kind of what I was
whatever
looking
that little
at.
dragon is.
That
So
you just cut the fist off with that little dragon and throw that onto just any random character. It'd look pretty sweet.
So here I am thinking you cut the dragon off the fist, tones down the model a lot, and then you tilt the head so that it kind of looks where she's almost pointing with her power fist.
yeah, that would work.
Yeah.
And then you got like some Imperial Guard commander. I don't know if Imperial Guard can get fancy armor for their bosses. I don't remember, but
I think it was like what, Carapace?
Carapace. I think the top HQ guys could get. I think
Carapace.
they had an option
Carapace
for.
armor.
Was it Carapace? I thought they could get power armor too.
I know their tech priests can wear 3+ power
Yeah,
armor,
that's right.
but I don't remember what else.
The other thing that really scares me with a kit like this, when you do see all that extra stuff, like the shoulder blade dragon, the actual dragon, or the wyvern on her fist, is a lot of that stuff is going to get just the way GW forms their molds. It's all going to be like the dragon's going to be tied to her cloak, the shrieking catapult's going to be tied to her chest plate, like the skull is going to be tied to her head or something. Like it's going to be real hard to pull that model apart
Yeah.
and make it functional from it.
Shows the tail right here separate from the model almost, but right back here, that tail's definitely touching the
That's in the fist. That's hooked in there,
fist for sure.
Well, it looks like it's touching the grenade on her hip too. Oh, I know, it's separate.
Not from the front stick.
Yeah.
It's
So
for a lot of the new
worried about
sculpts. People have been complaining, and legitimately, that they don't have just like you got the legs separate from the torso, separate from the arms kind of thing anymore.
Yeah.
What I tend to do is just build the whole thing. It's more work, and then you cut off, the legs that you want at the hip, and then you can cut off the next one over and smash it together like that. So it's more work, but you can still kind of get the same thing we were going for before.
Yeah. Because all the Phobos are all chest and legs connected.
Yeah. Same with all the new Chaos Marine kit.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, it's like front half and back half. You get like one leg attached separate or whatever, and then like both the arms usually.
It's nice
One
building, but
shoulder
then
is
you
built
get,
in.
but it gets stagnant, right? Or then you end up with 20 of the same model, right? If you have a
Yeah,
big
which
force.
is cool. So
No,
they gotta get
it's-
hacked up.
That's kind of the downside. Is I think there's like 8 models that have like the option A or B, and it's not
Mhm.
like they're not always ideal. So
Yeah.
it's just like, oh well, yeah, great.
Nice. So is it
And
just
what is
those-
she? She just like Inquisitor, or is she part of a story, or what?
Well, there's some kind of story going on where she's like observing the rise of the Necrons, pretty much, right?
Yeah.
Are they going to give the Inquisitor like a real army, or just still that one
Sisters
HQ?
of Battle.
Oh,
Yeah.
Well, like even in this picture, you got the Ultramarines on the right side. You got Sisters Battle on the left. Another 2 operatives, probably. I don't know if that's Eldar or something.
another
maybe
one
there?
Eldar.
That's the sister battle on the left behind the Inquisitor. That's her best buddy, who follows her around and is apparently okay by the Imperium.
It's not Stern and Stern and the Elder, is it?
No, they gave names in a couple of articles ago.
Okay. I didn't think they'd use Stern because like Stern and the Elder like story goes back like way before the Indominus Crusade. It'd be hard to.
I don't remember exactly when they said it was from, but they did say it was an older story that they're bringing models back for.
See, I like that
So-
animation. That reminds me of like the early Spawn stuff.
Yeah, it does.
Oh yeah.
Very cool.
Heavy use of black and negative space.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And a little bit of Metalocalypse too, the faces.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, they could do so much, That's the stories that they have. They could just turn it into animations or comics or something, right? So
It was interesting to hear like their take on what they're doing. They're doing like the series is going to be like a whole bunch of shorts lined up so that you won't get like a storyboard where there's like 12 episodes of what's going on with the Sisters of Battle or the Indominus Crusade. You'll get like a 15-minute episode of like this one moment in time with this one faction or one group in the 40K universe, and that's it. That's all you're getting. And then it'll just another group try and shine a spotlight just on one small thing, give people a bit of taste of what's going on, and then jump to something else. And they're not going to be really connected. It'll just be like this is what life is like as a peon serving on a ship. And this is going to be like, this is following two sisters of battle that have grown up together. And this will be following a squad of space marines that have, boarded a space Hulk or something. It'll be just a short episode.
It'll be like Game of Thrones. You just jump around and you have no idea what the hell's going on for the first 2 seasons. You're like, what the hell? Yeah.
Except with more death.
Yeah, way more death. And that was one of the key things in the preview. They said that they've seen the storyboards late and everything. It's like the guy's like, this is grim, dark. Like there's lots of violence. We're not taking it. It's not going to be a PG rated type of cartoon. So don't worry, we're gonna give this some justice in the film. So they compared it to a show on Netflix. I forget the name of it. It's just a series of shorts lined up.
Oh, Death something and Robots, I think.
Love Robots.
Love, Death, and Robots. Love, Death, and Robots. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So if you've seen that, it's exactly like that. It's just like a 15-minute short. It's awesome to watch, and then you're kind of like, that was good. I could watch another one of those, and then it's something totally different that comes up next.
Yeah, and that was messed up.
I like this model.
It's pretty sweet. That is a cool pose.
Just
Really good
it's
face.
a cool pose. You can get a lot of it just has a lot of character to it, especially off of being from the cover art, right?
Yeah. And the broken nose that they've painted on her too.
Yeah.
She's just pissed.
Was it Alex? I think it was it the Stern model where she's leaping down?
Yeah, Ephraim Stearns. Yeah, that's one she's falling from.
Yeah. Yeah, the hair thing was kind of
Yeah. Ugh.
kind of a little bother, but really, this one's really good. You're gonna probably see this.
Like this is to be honest, from the first CG model or the 3D render that they threw out of the Sisters of Battle heads almost a year ago now to this now, I think they really listened to the criticism in the community, because this is the head looks good, the face looks good, the eyes are in the right direction, the hair with the movement fits what the model's doing. It's really good.
They did like that Sonic the Hedgehog movie, where the first trailer was so terrible that they had to go back and restart the whole movie.
Yeah. I don't know if they needed to do that with Sisters of Battle, but it was like when they previewed the first heads a year ago, everyone was like, "Oh no, what are they going to? They're going to look like women. You just took Space Marine heads and made them slightly more feminine." Like,
yeah.
I guess that's one way of looking at it. Oy. So next up we got
the librarian. Yeah.
So
Varus.
I mean, enter Chaos Rant stage left, but this guy just looks like their old librarian in Terminator.
Yeah, I was going to ask,
It
is it even
does.
a new model?
Yeah, it's the same kind of facial
So
feature.
it's just the 800th character that has been put in for Space Marines, while so many armies are still stuck with failcast. Sorry, that's all I see from this guy.
Yeah.
No, it very much does look like the old style model. Just
I don't know if it's the paint job or just the pose and the design or what, but
Well, we've seen it before, right? Like very similar model.
to that point though, like if you scroll up slightly, the way they've put the site together, you can see them both side by side. Like the painting on the Sisters of Battle model is so much better. Yeah. To highlight your point there, like this is 3 tones and a highlight, really. Even like you can see how messy to be critical, the messy the cloak is or the crotch shawl, whatever he's got, the Ultima Sigma is on, it's all blurry and messed up with the paint strokes. Like it definitely seems like this is a rushed paint job compared to the Sisters of Battle model. And on top of that, it's a brutally static pose.
Yeah.
One thing that bugs me is it feels kind of thin in the middle here.
Yep.
Right
he
above the
does
skull.
have a
Like,
little waist.
it seems like he's a little thin.
Although if we're talking about War of the Spider in a minute, then we'll be able to criticize waistlines.
We are
Well,
definitely
and
going to
like
get there.
his head, his position. I think you're right, Andy. I think what you're seeing though is I think the head position on the model. It just seems like he's a little Quasimodo'd up there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just feels like the size of the staff. Maybe it's just a picture, but the size of the staff seems too large. The size of the Liber, whatever it is, on the top of his head with the wings and the
Seems a little excessive, eh?
it all just seems a little bit too much. Yeah.
Like the Ultramarines are compensating for not having any character whatsoever.
Andy.
Hey, I love my Ultramarines, but yeah, not much I can say there really. they
So I
got
figured out
everything
what
they
the
can have.
difference was. I have the old model. He I don't know if you guys can see it, but he's literally got the staff in the other hand and the bolter in the other hand.
Oh yeah.
That's all he did was switch it around.
Oh yeah,
And
and
instead
that's
of
not
a
even
book,
that old of a kit.
Actually,
No,
I think
this
I
came
like
out
that
with
model
Death
more.
Watch. Yeah, that came out when Death Watch came out. What, like 3 years ago?
Damn.
So yeah,
I-
like Alex was saying though, but like in this picture you can actually see it. If you just look at the highlighting and the other tone that they have, like you can definitely see the line. Like it's not really blended, you know what I mean?
Two-tone highlighting. That's all it is. Like,
Yeah.
and again, like I don't expect a whole lot from Games Workshop for stuff like this, but I think you're right, Lukash. I think like why do we need the librarian at this point? I don't know.
Yeah.
Why not a Primaris librarian? If you really want to hop on the Space Marine bandwagon,
Why not any other faction?
why feed
Well,
it? And the way they marketed it when they were giving the talk, they're like, and a brand new librarian.
Yeah.
this model, man, this model is so nice.
Mm-hmm.
So nice.
So much detail, yeah.
So between tattered parchment flapping in this imaginary wind there, and her busted nose, even with clean armor, she looks like she's just been through it and wants to kill some people and have a nap
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
after hours of prayer or whatever the hell they do.
Digging that corset,
she's-
girl.
She's pissed, man. She's definitely pissed off in this picture right here.
Reminds me of my ex.
Oh dear.
The only thing on that model, honestly, like, is just the bolter looks kind of
Plain.
unfinished.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does. It's the slightly darker silver casing over silver bolt.
Oh yeah.
I would have expected red or like a white or black or something, but
Even just a different black. Yeah.
Or some kind of filigree or something to show that it's the Sisters of Battle bolter rather than just a silver on silver. Yeah, black on silver would be fine. Anything that's not silver on silver.
yeah.
It fits. It kind of fits the picture, like looking at the picture that they provided with
for
it.
sure.
Yeah.
But doesn't matter if the picture. The
I
original
think-
picture.
I think they kind of tried to capture that bolt gun from, I don't know, this picture. It's been around for a while now already, right?
Yeah.
But like I think even like the older models when they first kind of came out with like the pewter line, I think there was some paint jobs like that where their bolters were just
Silver on
that
silver.
gun metal, done just like that.
In the pictures for the comic, the animation that they're working on with the Sisters of Battle, they've got some nice side views and stuff of their bolters and just like some basic gold trim around the casing and stuff. That makes it look really, special.
Yeah.
Nice,
They could have done that there.
nice. I think that was.
I think the real question is could a sister one-handed use of a bolter?
She got power armor on.
The power armor, yeah. Just shut right
I
down.
don't know, it doesn't seem. It would just the recoil. I think would be so bad on her.
You can lock the joints and power armor in place. That's how Marines carry around heavy bolters and stuff.
Yeah.
That's straight up from the fluff.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so whenever they're firing anything on full auto or anything like that, you just lock your joints, with a blink click on your retinal display or however the hell they do it, and your arm's not going anywhere.
The other thing too is like the Sisters of Battle aren't just normal women.
No.
right? They're trained, they're suited up, and they're like even in the fluff now they do stand taller than most men. Like it's like they are bigger, meaner, and they're armored up. So it makes sense that they would be able to. There's like if the guys in Necromunda, the gangers in Necromunda can walk around with bolters, definitely
Yeah.
these battlefields can.
Malnourished hobos, right?
A bunch of malnourished
Straight.
Orlac gangers can tote around heavy bolters and bolters.
Oh, man.
And I mean, they've been training to be perfect soldiers since they were like 6 years old and orphaned, right? So, like, it's no different from Arnie walking around in Rambo.
Yeah, I guess, eh?
Oh, what's his name? Strachan?
Yeah.
No, it's not Strachan, is it?
Oh,
The
you mean Marbo,
Catachin? Catachin
Sly
with the heavy
Marbo.
bolter.
There's the
No,
old
that
Catachin
is-
model of the heavy bolter.
Sergeant Harker.
Harker,
yeah.
that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, the Arnie model, pretty much. But they are Catachin, you know. The model range for Catachins, that's the one that needs to be upgraded.
Yeah. Between them and the Valhalla and Talaran guys.
Yeah.
Can't
That would
trademark
be-
Russian, so that's going to be hard.
Yeah, no, that's true. What I
Well,
don't...
they could come out with new regiments, right? So
Yeah, that's right. I think that's probably down the line in the future. I think that's a good idea to feed
Well, I'm
into
still
like
waiting for playable Chaos Guard too, but yeah.
They have
I
the
think Dan-
models. I
Dan
don't know
is
why
as
they
well,
don't
I
bring out
think.
rules for them.
All they needed to do, even at the beginning of this edition, was to do a Brood Brothers rule like they did for Jinx, just to say like, hey, you can take your Imperial Guard, swap the Imperium keyword for Chaos, and you're good to go. Just you don't get like have one special regiment you can use or whatever. But
Yeah.
yeah.
I think they deserve their own book, like their own even like a Psychic Awakening errata book with
Yeah.
a couple Legion special rules that or God special rules that they follow that they can align with to give them some benefits for tank cases like Chaotic Terminator tank cases and stuff like that. Even if it's a mirror, but it's like slightly changed with some chaotic rules, I'm sure people would just appreciate that.
Well,
They did it with Chaos Knights,
Mhm.
It's
Yeah.
the same thing. It's a slimmer book, which whatever, I'll take it because it's what we got and I love it. If we can just get guard, like I've got how many Iron Warriors buddies, Bill, who want to put 3 basilisks in their fucking army and they can't.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just stuff like that.
Yeah, I'd love to start with a whole brand new range of models. Really,
Yeah.
Like it's Cadian everywhere, right? And even Catachin, like the guys who have them, but otherwise it's the old pewter models. And if you've looked at someone like the Valhallan pewter models, like their faces are literally like smudged.
Yeah.
Like their molds are so old, right? Like it's just doughboys pretty much. But
It was the
You know,
90s, man.
they could have
Once you work
earlier
with
than
the-
that, actually, I think. But they can make regiments, like 2 regiments in one kit. You can have Valhallans and maybe kind of do something fancy with it so that they could be the what are they called? The firstborn of Vestroyan.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they're similar, and
Yep.
all it could be is just different bits that you would use in the kit.
Head
Same
swaps,
thing, different
shoulder
hats.
pads. Yeah, exactly.
Just
So-
like short, puffy Russian hats versus tall, puffy Russian hats
With
Yeah,
a feather.
right? Like
with a feather. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it.
because they seem
Different
to
hats,
they seem
different
they
regiments.
seem to do that with the kits, right? You can either build one type of the unit or the other type of the unit, or more so I guess with the bigger units.
You're right, Andy. And like it'd be with all the like you see the Space Marine kits now, like they're so big, and even the KR the single model kits are getting single model like hero character kits are getting so big now. Like for example, Thraka's kit, like it's a full 12-inch sprue, right, for a model and a grot. That level of detail on a sprue, no reason why you couldn't give like 10 normal bodies with different heads, guns, and attachments and
Oh,
stuff
for
like
sure.
that.
Or even just do the Space Marine chapter upgrade sprues, right? Like you pay, I don't know what it is, $12 or something for like 1 or 2 sprues with heads, shoulder pads, a couple of fancy weapons for your officers or whatever, and it's all like these ones are salamanders, and you can tell because it's got dragon scale cloaks and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that'd be the way to go.
Still waiting on those for chaos, but yeah.
One thing I found weird with this as well, like, and they've done it with that Primaris Sergeant. It's the big, like, the huge, long, drawn-out pre-order, and then it's like, oh, it'll be available in fourth quarter, and I'm like, why? Like, why order it now just to have it shipped like in October, November? Right? It's just crazy.
Definitely.
Well, like I can understand. Like I can understand with COVID that they want to maybe
Slow
generate
sales.
some business on the front end, yeah, to push through the quarter or next quarter, but their plants are shut down too, which means they're not manufacturing the model. So you're basically buying a promise at this point.
Yeah.
Might as well just buy their gift token or gift certificates that they're trying to sell you.
The gift cards, yeah.
They haven't even released Machine War yet, digital, never mind paper, which they must have had because it only closed down like a week or two before that was supposed to be released.
I think it's stuck.
and
Yeah, that's weird.
That's the issue.
It probably stuck in shipping somewhere, yeah. But like we already know more about War of the Spider than we do about Machine War.
Yeah.
Like it's.
No.
I don't know if they weren't. Obviously, they weren't prepared, and nobody was for all this shutdown. But I feel like they missed a few steps in their trying to play catch up. If that makes sense.
Or to take the leap right now and just say, hey, we recognize the world's fucked right now. In order to compensate, we're going to give you War of the Spider and Machine War, or what is it? Machine?
I think it's Machine War, yeah.
Engine War, I think.
In digital, Engine War, whatever.
Yeah.
We're going to give it to you in digital at the book price. You're going to have to pay the full digital price for it, but at least you're going to get it. And then if everything's still screwed up, War of the Spider, you're going to get digital too, and we'll ship a reduced number of hard copies to North America and to Europe and Asia, just to compensate for, and they'll take the loss probably on hard copies for the short term, but at least the community still gets everything. The other problem is models, though. They got all those models behind those, like Mechanicum models and character models are going to be attached to the supplements that no one's going to see here now for probably till second or third quarter at least. So I guess third or fourth even.
Yeah.
I mean, that's going to happen, and nobody's also going to be able to use them and play for a while anyway, so it almost doesn't matter as much as the books. Because with the books, at least you can get some tabletop simulator going on. But with the models, you can paint them, sure, but the rest of us have enough backlogs anyway, it doesn't matter.
That's very true.
There's way more to those books than just probably the expansion models we're looking at. It's like, it's not War of the Spider. You're not buying War of the Spider if you're a Sisters of Battle player for Fabius Bile. That's great. You're going to get Fabius Bile if you're a Chaos player. But to get War of the Spider, you're going to get all of these Sisters of Battle rules adjustments and Inquisitor adjustments that are going to come with it. You're going to get badges and stuff. People are more interested in digging into that long term. And if the kits come out and the kits are awesome, they'll buy the kits anyways when they show up, just like the rest of us.
Exactly.
It's true.
Yeah.
And I mean, I know there's tons of people still who will buy the digital copy if they put it out, tomorrow, and then we'll still buy the freaking hard copy when it comes out later, just because we want to flip through those papers.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm totally guilty of that.
Hear that? I know.
I've been there.
Yeah. There's no better feeling, right, than holding that codex or book, and you can just go through anytime you want, right? It doesn't matter. It's something to be said for hard copies, for sure.
That and Bill makes fun of every time you show up to an event with an iPad.
Your list on your phone?
It's true. Yeah. Where's your army list? And it's one of
Give me a second.
from across the table. You're like, oh, are you serious?
Why do you even need rules when Battlescribe tells you everything?
Yeah, that's across the table. Oh man.
Yeah. We've seen a lot of that.
Just kind of don't do it out there. Don't.
No.
Bring your books.
Always bring your books. Yes, please. Make the hobby a better place. Yeah.
Well, how many books do you need now to play 8th?
Enough. You need enough of them, okay?
That sister's model with like 8 books and the scroll falling off of her table and the loudspeaker and whatever the hell. That's how many books. Yeah.
I think to be honest, I was really excited about Sisters when they were coming out, but seeing the Redemptor and the two other tanks and the 2 special characters, even if they're not like your faction that you want to play as Sisters, just like those models, just like someone just vomited filigree all over them. Like you'd be painting filigreed roses and details for months and months and months on end.
Well, that's was it Dave from Red Claw there? He was doing that for weeks, just painting roses. The comment he made was, "There's so many rose petals." It's like, glad that's not the army I got.
Yep.
I just have to paint feathers, just.
Yeah, but feathers at least you can dry brush. The roses,
Yes.
not so much.
That's true.
A while ago, Dave and Leanne they commissioned me to paint some terrain for the Claw. They were just jammed up with work. And I got to do 4 sets of that AOS graveyard stuff.
Oh, man.
And those have 1 million skulls per square inch, plus as many roses as you can fit between them. And when Dave started bitching about his Sisters of Battle, I just pulled up pictures of the commission I did, and I was like, hey, remember this? Get fucked.
I've got one in plastic upstairs I'm scared of opening. I don't even want to touch it.
It's a sweet kit. There's tons of awesome stuff you can do with it. But I had to paint 4 in a row in like 2 weeks. I was
make it a little monotonous for sure.
Yeah.
But I'm sure we're doing a lot of hobby time, painting time, getting stuff built.
Yep.
So
definitely.
Doing a lot of kid minding.
A lot of terrain lately.
Yeah.
But, current project is this bad boy. We all know what that guy is, right?
Yep.
So
how's that coming along?
It's if I had to do it all by hand, I'd probably go crazy. But
yeah, that's fair.
When you got an airbrush, it's pretty nice. So, but yeah,
I'm looking forward to painting not Marines. I'm not gonna.
You'll do that for like 2 or 3 units, and then you'll want to paint power armor again.
Doing ghetto non-metallic metal on black armor was like, when I finished the first model, I was like, this is awesome. This looks great. And now I'm like 30 models deep. I'm like, this is stupid. I should have just like 45 degreed it with an airbrush and edged highlight one shoulder and called it a day.
Yeah, I don't want to do this anymore. Just tired of it. Yeah.
I learned how to use an airbrush, and now I airbrush everything. And I've gone back to hand painting Marines because I'm a dummy. It's like not the time, I guess.
Yeah. Well, could be worse. You could have like 100 orc boys to paint or something.
Yeah.
150 guardsmen, whatever it is.
I keep telling myself it's just enough orcs for kill team, right? Because that's not going to grow into an army. And with that, I've still got 30 some odd boys somehow to paint already. And you have a max of 20 models in kill team, so I'm sitting here staring my lie in the face.
They have spores, man. They just multiply.
Yeah, they do.
They do what orcs do.
Like,
there was a time years ago that we were going to one of the local tournaments, and I remember I wasn't working at the time, and I know Bill was getting ready for this tournament, and he was playing his Bad Moon Orcs, and it was like a daily routine. He would like ship off like 20 boys to me to get a certain color done, and I'd just hammer through it because I got nothing but time, right? Just hammer through it, and he'd be working on a different color, and then we would swap and do the same color on the opposite models, and
yeah, that was pretty good times. I remember getting prepped and watching. What the hell was it now?
Not Aliens, was it?
No.
for the 200th time.
No, it was Macross.
Oh yeah.
Was it? What's the bastardized name of it though? What is that? I can't remember now.
I don't know.
Robotech, yes!
Oh,
Yeah, by the time I was done watching the Robotech series, the army was done. And we were just cranking out squads every day. It's pretty
that
good.
definitely works.
Yeah,
oh, for sure.
back in old 5th edition. It was good
That
stuff.
was the tournament. That was the tournament that the other orc player there would, every time he called his wah, he would yell, just wah,
shake the rafters.
and like the whole tournament would look, what the hell's going, you know? And
Wait,
I think by the end
That's
of it,
the right way to do it, Andy. Is there
Oh,
any
it
other?
is. Oh, it is until it is until like after the tournament when he tries to talk and he sounds like a 40-year-old woman that's been smoking for
Who's
30
been
years.
gargling whiskey?
Yeah, like, I can't talk right now. You know.
Fun? Yeah, great.
My first LVO was 2 years ago now. The orc players would do that too, and in the hall of 500 or 600 people, or whatever it was, you got one guy who starts it, and then like another 20 or 30 pick it up. And the first 2 times it was pretty funny. Yeah. And
But
then,
by like day 3, you're like, okay.
Yeah, usually
like
shut
you're
up.
actively hunting
up
them
now.
down with like Bane slugs in your shotgun, right?
Oh man.
Yeah.
So
Bill, I hate to be a schmuck, but I gotta bail on you guys. We're doing our podcast right away.
that's okay. You do you.
Cool.
Check out their cool ass podcast.
Favorite Chaos. We're getting it up on YouTube now as well as on Twitch.
Awesome.
Nice.
And I'm sure that you guys will see me again soon because Bill said that we gotta have both a proper match on camera, and then we wanted to come in and talk shit about each other.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were planning a Chaos Warband battle, so.
Yep.
Should be
Nice.
sweet.
Yeah. May the best god win.
That's right.
Hint, it's not yours. Yeah. Alright. Nice to catch up with you, gentlemen.
buddy.
I'll catch you all later.
Catch
See
up.
you later.
See you later.
Ciao.
Oh, now see, it's all square and Brady bunched on my screen now.
Am I
Excellent.
looking at somebody?
Yeah, you look at Badinsky. No, the other. If you point the other way, you'd be pointing. Yeah, there you go.
So, yeah.
Oh
So
man, look at those.
I have these.
Oh man,
2011.
dude.
2011.
That's a picture, eh? It's not the real
Yeah.
thing.
What was the real thing? Just a
This
picture
was like-
of the real thing.
Yeah. There you go. There
We're
it is.
comparing orc armies. Like, I'll take this upstairs. I'll show you orc army.
I'm scared.
I got a lot of orcs. I have probably
man, that's a blast from the past.
Oh, it is. You know, it came up on my feed.
Play with the orc codex. I was mad, man. Mad.
Which one? Sorry.
The latest orc codex. You just saw it, and you saw it in the marine meta and like the shooting meta, and you're like, the jump's just not going to do it. Like, it's a one-trick pony. It's not going to win.
Okay,
It's
like
gonna
for
be-
real. The Orc Codex came out. It was okay. And then Vigilus drops like 2 weeks later. It's like, why didn't you put those rules in the Codex, man? Why'd you bleed me another $40-$50? Right?
Yeah.
Like, the invulnerable saves, like, that shit should have been in the Codex.
Yeah. And then the nerf to the FAQ that came out, or errata came out, that changed the mob up rule shortly after that. Just
yeah.
yank the mob up rule. So yeah, I was kind of following it. I wasn't fully committed at the time to an orc army, but it was gonna give me some motivation to finish painting at least. And then I just saw the rules come out and they just kept getting hammered. I was like, man, you're not gonna get 300 orc boys across the table, and if you do, there's not gonna be nothing left to take objectives or do anything with. So
Yeah. It's
You gotta ride that wave when it comes out.
You do, it seems like. And I've kind of missed it too as it's happened, right? Like, once those new orc rules drop, like even Psychic Awakening, War of the Spider, once those new Death Guard rules drop, like I really want to keep rolling with that wave because that's like as good as the army's going to get, right? It's just...
yeah. Like, I think I have some hope for some balancing mechanics that are coming out. It sucks that all balancing mechanics seem to be coming out in books at $40 a pop. But
At least they're coming though.
Yeah, at least that's right. At least they're coming. There does seem to be a power creep in all the books, but I don't paint fast enough to ride the meta wave.
Yeah. Doubt. That's
They're gonna nerf Iron Hands again before I get done with them.
Yeah, they'll have another nerf before we get to actually meet up and play, man.
have the
You guys,
match.
you guys, you're still playing Iron Hands? You didn't realize you got nerfed twice?
Yeah, you're like, what?
Just finished the army.
No, man. Yeah. Oh.
Someone mistakes your army for Raven Guard. Man, it's Iron Hands. You still playing that?
Those are beaks, not hands.
Yeah. Oh shit! Some good stuff.
Dan's gonna need a rematch here. I think he got robbed.
Oh yeah.
Gets the last 40k game in against any Iron Hands player the day before the nerf comes out, or the week before.
Oh yeah, it was like a week before.
Yeah.
I remember that.
We played on Saturday, and the errata came out on Wednesday.
Remember that happening? I was like, well, now I'm extra excited to play Badinsky at 2K.
I still think they're awesome. I think they're still a good army.
Oh, for sure.
I think they were just way overpowered before, and now I think they're in line. I think it'll be a good game, actually. To be honest, I think it's still going to blow you off the table, but I'm going to feel less bad about it.
It very well may be. We shall see. I have a Havoc Star coming, buddy.
Across the table. I got no idea how I'm going to deal with Abaddon, but cross that bridge when we get to it. I got all my characters painted.
That's awesome.
I got almost every single spaceman character.
Don't have much left myself for my demons. Some flamers and other demon prints.
Yeah, I got like a unit left to paint.
Those venom crawlers, man. They're black and dry brushed like the silver, but just losing
Other projects.
a billion hours on. I just dread doing the trim.
Titanicus?
Oh.
I've been looking at. I've been tinkering with Titanicus. I've been tinkering with terrain. You know, I'm looking at another 30k Legion, and I'm just trying to make time for everything. Right? It's crazy.
You got to get sick like everyone else.
Yeah. What were you thinking? Being an essential service and all.
There's been some good memes popping up. There's pictures of people crying, I don't want to be essential anymore.
2 weeks ago, they were like memes of like soldiers holding weapons, be like, "This is what essential means." Now it's like guys at home playing Xbox. They're like, "Fuck, I hate my job."
Oh man, yeah.
No, I'm a good 2 weeks away from finishing the rest of the Marines for the Tale of Four New Lords.
Nice.
After that, I got all of my Titanicus stuff assembled, separate like into the different groups. All the weapons, all the Forge World weapons are clean. Everything's done. I got all the options laid out. Everything's primed, just sitting there. I think I'm going to tackle that next.
Nice.
And then back to 30k for some other stuff, I think.
Yeah, I've been jumping all over the place myself, just with terrain. We're getting ready for the events that we're planning in the future there, and then the one Titan that I slammed together and started painting up. I was telling Bill today actually, and then Dan, but I ended up going with like a metallic red with that red air.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, it was weird. At first, I was kind of like, okay, this is cool. I'm going to do this. I love I kind of like the way it looks, whatever. But then after, it was like, just kind of faded on me. I was not too keen on the metallic, you know. So I kind of like my flatter tones for paint and whatnot. And
Andy, you should find that picture you sent me.
Which picture?
Oh no, never mind. That was through Messenger or
not that picture, Dan.
Well, just so you could show everyone what you're talking about.
Week 4 of coronavirus.
Oh, there is. I think.
Lovely.
I think I may have had some pictures on our Instagram and stuff.
You want tips on painting red? I got
Yeah,
lots.
you got lots.
There is, yeah.
Well, not painting red, but the other conversation we had the other day was that blue that the ultramarine.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Because you,
That really,
Alex,
that's one of those grind my gears moments.
because you were talking about that blue, right? That you did it,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
same exact kind of setup, right? And it was funny because you were talking about it, and then you mentioned the French blue, and
Yeah.
that was actually the one blue that I picked up that I was going to do some work with on some other models, right, and test some stuff out. And it's a rich blue.
Yeah.
It definitely is, but it's not quite like those, like the pictures. And I get the camera does change.
Like when I painted my full warlord, I wanted to find the richest blue
See if I can go
and the
find
richest
that thing.
yellow to just make it just pop. Like when that Legio Storm Warlord Titans on the table, you're gonna see it's gonna almost be like fluorescent. It's gonna be so rich in color. And I think I bought almost every single range's rich blue, like French blue, ultramarine blue, deep sea blue, like from Vallejo, Minotaur, scale 75.
I got a picture up of that blue we're talking about.
And I went through them all. I tried different sub bases to them. I tried black, white, gray primers mixed with purple bases, green bases, red bases, yellow bases underneath the blue to make it. Because you can actually, if you do purple underneath yellow, if you do a purple base, and this is like a super awesome painting hack, do a purple base to do yellow coat. So if you want to paint yellow models, do a purple base coat on it first before you do it. And it makes the yellow super rich, and the subtone that you get underneath it. So like if you're doing like zenithal highlighting and stuff like that, the subtone that you get to it is actually like a real warm yellow. It's almost like a brownish yellow that comes out of it. It's really cool how the colors react. So I color theoried the shit out of this warlord, and I was going to make it super bright. And I did this, and I went through every single blue, and at the end of the day, I could not replicate that blue. I could not do it. I tried every single thing. And then when I went to the guy who I got the color from, he's a professional painter in the UK. He's very well known. I'll find the name for him. But his comment was, "Man, it's just contrast. You just play with the contrast on the camera setting." I was like, "What?"
Yeah, are you serious?
After I'd throw in 30 hours worth of time and hundreds of dollars at this thing to try and get the richest blue. All it is just contrast. Once you take the picture, you take it on a darker background and you just ram up the contrast, because on a dark background, the only thing the light that can actually pick up is the blue. So it actually enriches the blue in the photo. It makes the blue just look amazing. Like those photos that guy took, you look at that blue, you're like, that's what ultramarines are supposed to look like. Amazing. And you're like, wait a minute, you can't replicate that. That's bullshit. And it gets under my skin, because I see guys that they post photos online, they're photoshopping their 40K and changing the contrast and changing the background to really make them pop. That's fine. You want to sell the best mini that you got. Say, hey, look, I did a good job here. But that color specifically always pops up as being that's not, you can't do that with real paint. So anyone who tries to pick a blue and put it on a model, it's not going to look like that. 99.9% of the time, it's not going to look like that. It only looks like that through a lens with some playing of the settings.
Oh, definitely. I noticed it even with my ultramarines, they're very pastel blue, right? Lighter tone. But underneath the camera, they pop.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous, right? And of course it's lighting and whatnot. And I've taken several different pictures of them in different lighting, and it just completely changes it to the point it's wow, I didn't realize they're actually glowing, on the screen. It's holy, looks cool, but to try to replicate that kind of a paint job,
I didn't want to slag on the guy who painted them, because they're really nice. It's a really nice painted Legion.
Definitely.
I didn't mention anything in the comments, but I just it's popped up a few times, because he's one guy that's posted on the 30K Legion and the Crusade threads. There's a few other guys that posted. It's camera. Whether he's playing with it in Photoshop, I'm not sure, but it's definitely camera, background, and contrast. It's not like the blue when you go to. I would hate for people paint a blue on a model and be like, it's supposed to look like that, and it never looks like that. And they give up the entire Ultramarines army because of it.
Yeah.
But that's what really grinds my gears.
It happens a lot on the Blood Angel page. You'll see guys ask like, "Oh, what'd you do for a paint job?" And it's like, "I literally used Mephiston Red," and people are like, "But I'm not getting that result." And it's the camera. What it's doing is making it look darker or richer or brighter or whatever it's doing.
I took it with proper lighting on a black background with a $3,000 DSLR.
Pretty much.
with perfectly like positioned ratios on front and back models, and versus the guy's like, my iPhone picture looks like shit. Why can't I make that red?
Yeah, what's going on here?
Yeah, it is like a lot of miniature photos that you see online. They're photoshopped, or they are proper photography. Really, it's an art. It's not an iPhone art. But
definitely.
Anyways. Okay.
I guess we can kind of
that was pretty much good. We got to talk about some new stuff coming out and got the old New Blood gang together. That was cool.
I guess, hey?
Yeah.
So, well,
until next time, we will definitely, keep putting out some more just podcasts, just talking about 40K, all the good stuff coming out.
If anyone has any topics they want us to talk about, please post them in the comments.
Yeah.
Find us on Facebook, find us on Instagram, whatever your means is. We're totally looking for ideas of what we should be talking about, what needs to be talked about, etc. And like, please like, share, and subscribe.
Definitely.
Yeah.
We hit Facebook, Instagram.
Yeah, the button somewhere there.
Yeah, it'll be around.
Yeah,
it'll be around
up,
here.
down. Yeah, depending where my camera is.
So.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome.
Hey, thanks for joining us, guys, and we'll catch you on the next one.